Hello pastors and ministry leaders. My name is Megan and I am a StartRight specialist here at StartCHURCH. In this video, we're going to discuss how your church can generate income. I am sure that the dreams you have for your church are much bigger than your church's checkbook. This is the case for many, if not all, pastors across the country. As a result, many pastors will look for other venues from which the church can generate additional income. However, such activities may be considered an unrelated business, and the income generated from those activities may be subject to an unrelated business income tax. When your church earns $1,000 or more in gross income from an unrelated business activity, then your church must file Form 990T. Without this form, there can be some pretty hefty fines you have to pay. So what is an unrelated business activity? There are 3 sections of tax code that define what an unrelated business is. Sections 511 through 513. In short, these sections tell us that for an activity of your church to be considered an unrelated business activity, it must meet 3 criteria. First, it must be considered a trade or business. Next, the activity must be regularly carried on. And finally, it must not be substantially related to the exempt purpose of your church. However, there are some exceptions to this rule. Even if an activity meets the criteria as mentioned earlier of an unrelated trade or business, if any one of the following 3 exceptions is met according to Section 513A, that activity will not be considered an unrelated trade or business. Those 3 exceptions are: if substantially all the work in operating the trade or business is performed by unpaid volunteers, if the activity conducted by your church is conducted primarily for the benefit of your members, or if the trade or business being conducted involves selling merchandise, substantially all of which has been received by your church as gifts or donations. Even if your additional income source is determined to be an unrelated business activity, that doesn't mean that you have to stop it. We have an excellent solution for you. Starting a for-profit arm owned by your church or ministry allows you to keep generating income without risking your tax-exempt status or incurring any penalties for unrelated business activities. If you watch this video and are interested in starting a for-profit arm for your church or ministry, call us today at 844-304-5824. Our specialists will help assess your needs and will give you a quote to match. We're here to bridge the gap between the call of God on your life and the steps required to help your ministry thrive.